for this NZXT H1, remember, this is the original version, not the brand new one that just came out. I am very, very impressed. This isn't like a case that's for like ITX enthusiasts and whatnot. This is a super, super beginner friendly case. Every single, like literally every single cable that's built into this, whether it's the connectors for the motherboard, like the HD audio, USB 3.0 and whatnot, all of that was like where it needed to be. It was all cable managed, and especially the power supply that's built into this. All of those cables, the 24 pin, the 8 pin, and the 6+2 pins for the graphics card, they were all exactly where they needed to be. It literally doesn't get much easier than that. Like, it does require a little bit of finesse, like putting your hands into small places, which if you've never built a PC before, I think you would be okay, as long as if you've used like tools before and whatnot, you should be okay. But like, this was about as beginner friendly as it gets. Honestly, it was a little bit boring. I think you guys are probably feeling the same thing. A little bit boring just because everything lined up perfectly. The AIO is built into it. The power supply is built right into it. And when this costs $150, honestly, I'm going to buy a couple of them from now on. Super, super solid case. And up at the top, we have a power button, USB 3.0, USB-C, and a audio combo jack. And it's also smaller than I thought it would be. Here in real life, it's actually way smaller. But you don't need to install any fans. You don't need to install any cable extensions. It's just 100% good to go. I'm definitely going to be buying it from now on. Yeah, told you it was easy. If this drops down to $150 again, I want an instant DM. I'll honestly buy a couple. Now, the only thing I would question about the case is, like I was saying earlier, I don't know how many people are interested in buying this build. So when you look at this build right now, how it is, it's going to look exactly like this if it had a 750 Ti in there, or if it had an RTX 3070 in there. It's going to look the exact same. You have no room to customize the looks of it. You can't see through this tempered glass panel at all. And even if you could, you're not looking at anything aesthetic wise or anything. There is absolutely no personal touch or aesthetic touch to this build. So I'm interested to see how people respond to this on my website, if this build will sell quickly. But if they do, if I get enough data that tells me that people are actually interested in the aesthetics of this case, then I'll definitely be buying more of them. Honestly, maybe even at $200. It's so easy. I could build PCs inside this for like in like 30 minutes if I wasn't live streaming. So pretty repeatable, easy to use case. Really just a fan of it. Pretty solid. Now one thing I did want to look at was the IO. Yeah, so if you need to plug anything in to your motherboard, USB ports, audio ports, Ethernet, any of that, your monitor's display cable, you have to seriously tip over this build to get under there. So you'll be able to see it here. Because of the way our motherboard is oriented, all of the IO is underneath the build. Now, there is a nice cutout here. I just hit the power button. There is a nice cutout, so a bunch of cables can go under here. But regardless, like if you have any sort of situation, which can apply to some people like streamers, or just it's gonna apply to some people. I don't know what a good example is. Like a content creator that's always like unplugging USB or SD cards and whatnot. If you can't use the top port, that would be super annoying to have to like tip this over every single time. If IO is a big thing for you, this might not be the right case. But other than that, I really like it.